going on, guys? Welcome back to the Planet Staying YouTube channel. I do want to apologize a little bit. This video is going to be kind of boring, kind of short. Very tired. Long day of work today, but we want to try to stay consistent and keep our promise of getting you guys a video per week. So in this video, you can kind of see a little bit in the background. You can probably tell some stuff has changed out here. I'm going to be going through a little bit of a walkthrough of some updates that we've done to the shop out here. Again, this is nothing permanent. We're just trying to make do with what we have. So a couple of the things that have changed out. For starters, I'm going to show you guys these lights here. So we got quite a few different changes out here, one of them being these lights. Now, I will actually shut these off so you guys can see them, but we've got 3 going across the back, 1 dead center, and then we've got 3 going across the front up here. Now, these are actually plug-in lights or screw-in lights to a standard electrical socket or, light socket. And they actually came from Harbor Freight. They're, I want to say, like 8,000 lumens per light, and they're like 20-something bucks a piece. So this ended up being a lot more cost-effective than getting, LED like light bar fixtures out here. Mainly because we would have had to do the ceiling right away. We would have had to do a lot more wiring. But I did want to kind of show you guys a little bit of what all went into extending these lights, because if you remember in the first video, we had 1 light there, 1 light here, 1 light back there, and 1 light over here. So obviously it has changed quite a bit. So coming over here to the electrical panel, this is actually an auxiliary panel. The main panel is in the house, and you can see that we have some hot wire running into a junction box that then goes up to this panel. So this is a separate panel from what is in the house. Now, I could not tell you what, amperage of service this is. It might actually say on here somewhere, but to be honest with you, I could not tell you what it is. But what we did was there was a wire running from one of the circuits here up the wall and to this first outlet. So this first outlet had hot. From there, it daisy chained over, and then it kept kind of daisy chaining all the way back to connect all 4 to one singular switch. So what my dad and I did when we rewired all this stuff, we extended the wire over, we daisy chained, I'm gonna try to block this light a little bit so you can see, we daisy chained the wire from here, ran it over into this light. Then from this light, we ran another wire up here. And if you can see, again, I'm going to kind of block some of that light right there. You can see that there is a box up there in the attic. So that is essentially a junction box. Thankfully, my dad knows a little bit about electrical stuff, so he had the idea to do a junction box instead of running a hot wire to every single one of these lights, which would cause a lot of wires. And if you guys have ever wired anything before, trying to fit multiple wires in one of these is a major pain. So we ran the hot wire into this light right here and then back to this junction box. So from there, it actually daisy chains back to all of these other lights so they all have hot. So even though we have 7 lights in here now, you can see they are all connected to the one switch, which is very nice. So really for the lights, that's all we did. Now, the other thing that we did was we got some outlets installed out here. If you guys remember in the previous video, we already had all of these outlets along the side and that one back there in the back. So we ended up putting one up here in the front. We now also have a camera out here as well. We installed a set of 4 back here, and then another one over with this box for the majority of the chargers. So what we had to do for those was actually get up in the attic, drill through the header board that actually is up top of this wall, which to my surprise was a 4x4. So we had to drill through that, fish the wire down to connect to these boxes, daisy chain those two together, ran the wire back up through these holes over here, and then I think right here we ran it straight down and then over to the box. The other thing that we also did was put in a secondary outlet above the cars, kind of where the garage door openers are. So we have one that is specifically for the garage door opener, another one that is going to be used for, as you can clearly see, our battery tenders. So we got one on Nick's side of the garage, one on my side of the garage, so we both have battery tenders hooked up. Because here in Ohio, unfortunately, we do get winter, so the cars do tend to sit for a while. I'd say probably close to 6 months out of the year, unfortunately. So having that battery tender is nice because it doesn't fry our batteries. But other than that, we've done a few other things out here. You can kind of see we've made it our own a little bit. So we've got some different garage signs up here now. We also mounted a TV on the wall. We still haven't really addressed this wall yet. That is going to be coming here in the very near future. But we went ahead and got a TV up here so we can at least watch some YouTube videos while we're out here, have some background noise, kind of make it a hangout spot. The other thing that we did, and again, we already had this outlet here, from my previous house, I had this smaller AC unit that's meant to fit smaller windows. Obviously, this window, if you can't tell, it's a little bunched up on the sides. This window is a little bit small, even for this unit, but we at least have AC out here because in Ohio in the summers it does get pretty hot here from time to time, so that will help actually take some of the heat off. Because if you look over here at some of the unfinished sections of walls, you can clearly tell that this is not insulated. And same thing up there in the rafters, it is not insulated. So it does tend to get kind of cold out here in the winter, and it does tend to get pretty hot in the summer. So that's one of the reasons why we now have some AC, and we also have our propane heater for the winter. Other than that, we've made a few other changes. Let me get a few things situated real quick, and I'll show you a couple other things. Okay, so I'm gonna try not to spoil too much in this clip, but I do wanna show you a couple things that we've done as well. Now, again, I don't want to spoil it because we are going to have a separate video for all of this as well, but just to give you an idea. So one of the other things we did is we finally cleaned up the man door that was out here. We put in some new door handles, a new lock, so we do have an electronic deadbolt, which is very handy. We don't have to have keys anymore. We also got smart and put a pool noodle here, so we can open the door and not destroy Nick's bumper. And this is where I don't want to spoil everything, but you can clearly tell that there's some nicer concrete over here compared to, let's say, this concrete. Your boy may or may not have been doing some concrete work. I'm no expert, but again, we're band-aiding everything. That is the nature of the beast with this garage, is we are putting a band-aid on shit that should probably end up getting replaced. But this is not a permanent spot here, so we're just gonna band-aid it to kind of save money for now. But we'll filter back around here. I know you guys have already seen the boxes in the first video, but we obviously got a few more things back here now. So we've got the spare block. I got this shelf cleaned up, so now we have some storage tubs. I believe they're not labeled yet, but I believe these two are car covers, so we can kind of have those stored out of the way. We don't have to keep stuff in the car anymore. This has been a new addition. We did get a detail supply cart just to kind of keep everything out of the way. Even though you guys have probably seen it in the other videos, we do have another power washer. I went ahead and picked up one of these guys, and so far this thing has been wonderful. Biggest thing with that is convenience and portability, because we do plan on taking it to Mustang Week with us, and it'd be a lot harder to lug a giant gas one down when, if you guys know us, you know that these cars make the 600+ mile road trip to Myrtle. So makes life a little bit easier, but once again, Harbor Freight special. We also have the drawer for kind of storing stuff, which is nice as well. Still have our stacks of tires. Nothing's really changed with that. Again, a lot of stuff out here has been the same. We've got the garage flag wall officially done. Obviously, this wall is still going to get painted and cleaned up a little bit, but we haven't got to that point just yet. We do still have a few more projects out here. You can see our license plate wall. We've still got a blank spot right there. It's kind of weird. We can't fill it in completely because of the brackets and things like that. But I do have a box of additional license plates that are going to go on that wall once we get some wood there to kind of finish it. We still do have some more projects we want to do out here. I want to get this wall over here taken care of and get that painted. I plan to repaint everything white, and we also still want to redo a lot of the concrete. But as you can clearly see, a lot of these need to get taken care of first, hence a lot of this. And down the sides, if you recall, where it was very uneven, we're trying to get all of the bad spots addressed before we clean up everything. So there's still gonna be more garage content to come. We are far from being done out here. We still have a lot of blank space over here, so if you guys have any cool ideas, you know, for things that we could do out here in the garage, definitely let us know down in the comments or hit us up on Instagram, whatever the case may be. Let us know what your thoughts are. I mean, we're open to ideas. This is just gonna be our hangout spot. It's gonna be what you guys primarily see other than vacation, is us working in the garage or doing things out here. So if there's anything that you guys think would be cool to see, let us know. We are also open to accepting license plates. If you guys have some cool license plates or anything that you guys can think of like this that would look cool on the walls, we are completely open to accepting things like that. It'd always be cool to have, you know, the subscribers have some sort of mark, I guess, in the shop or in the garage. Obviously, a lot of this stuff will translate to the next place when we eventually get that, but it's something that would be cool nonetheless. But really, other than that, honestly, there haven't been a whole lot of changes out here. I'm sure you guys can already tell it has come a long way from what it was originally. If you do want to see what it looked like originally when I bought this house, click the link for the first garage video, kind of the introduction. I did put some photos in there, or sent those to Nick so he could put them in, of what the garage originally looked like before we did anything out here. This whole section back here was actually a hangout spot for the previous owner. So we had a ceiling up here. You can see this 4x4 that's kind of mounted up here. We had a divider wall that went down here. We had benches over here. This garage has completely changed since I took over this place. Like I said, we've still got a lot more to come out here, but I think we're making a dent, and it's definitely becoming ours. But again, we're open to suggestions. We've got a lot of blank space, so we are open to doing anything out here. Random clip that we're gonna insert in this video somewhere. Can we just talk about how good these cars look in a garage together for once? Like, I can't even begin to express, and I know Nick is probably gonna chop this clip up, so chop it up, do your thing, bro. But this whole thing is finally starting to come to life. This is the vision that Nick and I had when we started this 5 years ago. I know this garage isn't perfect and it's not, you know, a dream shop. We're not at that point yet, but this was the vision that we had 6 years ago, or 5-6 years ago, whatever it was, when we started this channel. And we're finally seeing it come to life. and we could not do all of this stuff without you guys. So, you know, without getting too sappy, I can't thank you guys enough for the support that you've given us over the years. It's crazy to see how much growth we've actually had over this time. And we're going to continue to keep building and keep growing from here and putting out content for you guys. But on that note, guys, I am dead tired. Again, I've had a very long day today, so I want to go inside and get some food and relax for a little bit. But again, if you guys have any suggestions, let us know. We are more than happy to listen to those and kind of see what we can make work out here. If you guys like videos like this, definitely let us know. We don't want to continue to put out a bunch of videos if you guys don't like to see this kind of stuff. But we've always talked about getting a garage and kind of making a shop and kind of doing a build series for the shop. So if this is something you want to continue to see, definitely let us know and we will keep pushing out garage content. We still have a lot of content coming with the cars. We've got Mustang Week coming up, so we're gonna be doing a lot of prep this summer for that. But we wanna still do some garage videos to kind of mix things up. So with that being said, if you guys like this video, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next video. Peace.